This one small detail made my song's intro and transition so much better. Here's what I did so you could follow along. So I'm going to give you some context of what the track sounds like without this in, first of all. Just this little drum and bass intro sounds a bit like this. And it transitions to this. So let's talk about what I ended up doing to make that transition a lot better. One of the elements I added to this song was a set of strings. This sounded like this. And then I have it go pitching up like this to a higher octave, and another layer has been added as well. Now that on its own sounds okay, but for some reason that in the context of the mix makes the intro sound way cooler. Check it out. Listen for the pitch up. That really adds so much to it, especially just as you hear it pitching up. It just sounds really cool because it's for a moment there sort of losing that initial key as it's transitioning to the higher octave. Now the way I set this up, this was a patch I had to render out as audio because it was killing my CPU. But before I did that, and I'll show you, I can kind of demo it in case you want to follow along again, I went over to the pitch knob and I changed the range to 12 because 12 is an entire octave. From there, I right-clicked on this and hit Create Automation Clip, and then I drew in something kind of like this, where it starts here and then goes up to the higher octave. That's what's happening when it goes from here to here. And that little bit of transition added so much to this intro. I really like it. And the reason it works and the kind of patches you could do this on are ones that are like long drone notes. Like this is holding the same two notes the entire time. And that's why you're able to just transition between octaves like that. It gets a little more complicated if you're doing something like changing chords, but you could still get it to work too. And I find that in terms of like transitions and elements like that, having an element that's there constantly glues your different sections together. Like later on in this track, you'll see if I go over to the drop and we solo this sound is still playing. And now if you listen for it in terms of the drop here, it's really quiet, but it's there. And that's important because this drop has a lot of new elements. I needed stuff from the intro to make it still feel like it's a part of the same thing. So that's what ended up happening there. I hope this video is helpful to you. I thought this was a really, really cool technique. Like and subscribe if it was useful, and I'll catch you in the next video.